A debacle, a travesty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Bitcoin price alert. Is this volatility taking us to the moon or down into the depths of doom? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the volatility that we are seeing right now. Have we not seen some of the craziest action over the past year and a half, ladies and gentlemen, with a $1,000 lightsaber of glory all the way up to the $5,100 level, a pullback, a rise back up to over $5,300, and now an epic demise back down to the 4,800 region. The question of the hour, too sweet to be sour, is, are we seeing what appears to be the action of a potential larger moonshot here? Or is this action indicative of a demise and a send back down into the depths of the crypto abyss? As a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the 1 hour time frame. Have we not seen some insane volatility here over the past several hours? With a swift rise from our last consolidation point around 49.75, with a little bit of a moonshot all the way up to over 5,300. We've pulled back now, and I'd like to discuss this action here and see where this can potentially be headed from here, in my opinion. So let's actually go back in time a little bit to after this crazy initial run, right? So we'll go back here. So what I saw here on the 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we were traveling in a ascending triangle, which per classical technical analysis theory, when you are in an uptrend, which I mean apparently so right now, when you get a pattern like this, awaiting for confirmation of it to break this upper resistance line, then confirms a breakout and you are tentatively poised to run higher, right? So we got that breakout right here. It was a little bit obscure because the RSI at this time, obviously you can see right down here, was at an 83, heinous, ludicrous, and a borderline debacle if you do in fact ask me. But then we did rise up, hit our new trend line, which I'm going to discuss in a moment. We had our pullback down, consolidated once again. Did we find a consolidation just like we did down here? And then we went to test up into our red resistance box. Then, of course, we got into the box, which I'm going to show you why this box exists in the first place. And now we've dumped back down all the way to a key level of the Fibonacci retracement. Now we've got this all prefaced, and now let's dive in deep, okay? So if we go out to the 1 day here, I just want to discuss why this red box of resistance exists for me here in the first place. The reason this exists is because this was the bottom wicks of this first consolidation downward, right? And we could technically drag the box all the way up there, but for me, ladies and gentlemen, I've noticed as of right now for Bitcoin, it's very bot driven. There's a lot of algorithms that are running this market right now, and they love to play these wicks. I've noticed that just observing these trends all day long, 24/7, I've noticed that the wicks are where these algorithms are generally loving to, execute their orders. So if we dive back into the 1 hour here now, we can clearly see that we did only get up into halfway into the box, right? Actually zoom out a little bit, go on the 4 hour here. We could see we only made it halfway through the box. Very, very staunch resistance there. But again, this was not like it had to respect it. This is a very tricky area to play right now, ladies and gentlemen. Essentially, you're playing with fire. The bullish indicators, we've had our RSI has just been extremely topped out here. Let's actually pull this up. I want to take a look at this. This is the 1 hour RSI, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is very difficult to be buying into a trend here at a 97 RSI when 70 begins overbought territory. I mean, savage and heinous. I mean, if we go into the 4 hour, just the same. I mean, it's very difficult to be buying into uptrends with this type of RSI. It's just not normal. Does that mean it has to be wrong? No, it's just not normal, right? But again, I don't want to discredit this candle here. So let's talk about this dump now. So if there was going to be a dump, it was going to be where we were here, in my opinion. But the thing is that this did not have to be bearish, this zone, right? Because of the fact that we had such an aggressive rise, not only in the candle, but in the volume here as well. Take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Sheesh, sheesh, sheesh. Look at the difference there in that volume. Is that not insane compared to where we've been at for the prior however long? I mean, this is insane. We have not seen volume of this magnitude since the dump off in November 2018 from the 6K region. These factors combined made me want to take an approach of, let me see what happens here. I want to see the response in the market instead of trying to take a preemptive play and speculate of what was going to happen. I wanted to take a wait and see approach. And now with the wait and see, this area did in fact become resistance, and we found our dump. I was looking for a key support to be held here at about 49.75, but it broke. Then I was looking for a key support maybe to be found here, but it broke. And where we did wind up finding the support, thus also proving the algorithms here having their hand on this market, was right at the 0.236 Fibonacci. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this fib is pulled from the swing low to the swing high, and just, I mean, it's pinpoint accurate. That is the proof in the pudding there that the algorithms right now, the bullish algos, are defending Fibonacci retracements. I mean, that is only the first one we've hit, but the fact that it was so pinpoint accurate, literally a wick exactly touching the line, that is the proof in the pudding to me. So right now, if we go back into the 1 hour here, it appears that the bots defended this line. It pushed up back over the initial area of consolidation here, and it looks to me right now that this is looking to become support here at 49.80. If this does in fact become a support at 49.80, the next level, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be critical, in my opinion, is this upward sloping support line. This white line right here that I'm snaking up with the yellow right there. And this would be a broadening wedge here, right? And the thing is that with a broadening wedge, you generally get massive volatility. The whole point here is that if this gets broken, in my opinion, it's very bullish. If we get back into this channel, right? If this channel can be broken back into, it would seemingly be very bullish in my opinion. If we start to find resistance along this line, where the old support then becomes new resistance inside the broadening wedge, this would be a very bearish confirmation for me, along with the RSIs, along with, as we all know, if you were watching yesterday's stream and you are subscribed here, I was showing how the NVT as well, which has been 100% historically accurate in Bitcoin's history all the way back to 2012, of calling tops and bottoms. We did flip red here yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. And every time it's flipped red in the past, all the way back to 2012, it has correctly called dump-offs. And I'm going to actually go into that in just a moment deeper to show you why I'm using these trend lines like this straight up line. I'm going to use the BLX chart for that, but I'll save that for just a few moments from now. So if we go back here into the 1 hour, still for me, ladies and gentlemen, we are tentatively looking bullish at this time, especially that we're getting a bullish hammer wick here, right? As I'm recording this, this candle will actually be painted by the time that we're on this stream. There's only about 30 seconds left in this 1 hour candle. It looks like we're going to close the meat and potatoes of this candle on that support line right here. Old consolidation becoming that new support. Big wick off of the fib, a climb back through, and now we're finding support here. Very good still from a bullish perspective, in my opinion. I also do like that the RSI cooled off here. We are trading now at a 48, not overbought conditions any longer. If we go back to the 4 hour, still overbought at about a 72 right now, but still I like that the metrics are cooling off here. This candle here though is very that's a very concerning candle there on the 4 hour, so we could see it. Just a huge doji. But like I said, the volatility is insane right now, so we're going to really need to see what happens here over the next course of the few hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be playing this absolutely aggressively. I've just actually told my VIPs, for me right now, the action in the chart is painting such a beautiful story, and this is exactly what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this story of what's going on in here to emerge. I've been waiting for these channels to be created. I've been waiting for these triangles to be created. I've been waiting for the fibs to be tested and new supports and resistances to be crowned. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, you best believe Don Carbonaccio is getting ready to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Are you going to be the one to crush this market, or are you going to be the one to get crushed? The choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen. You could step up into the big leagues, or you can take that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. Poopcoin Patrick and Moonboy Montgomery. They may as well just be closing their eyes and clicking buttons, ladies and gentlemen. Don Carbonaccio keeps his eyes wide open with his eyes on the prize and a keen sense for the technical analysis that has proved time and time again, to be the factor here that gives me the edge over every other player in this market. Because as you know, I like to stay one step. 2 steps ahead of every trader and algorithm in this market. And I do plan on crushing this market right now, ladies and gentlemen. I will be keeping you all up to date in VIP with my trades in absolute real time. To the exact second that I make my entries, the exact second that I post my exits, I will be keeping you updated in VIP. It's time to crush this market. It's time to get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's move over to the BLX as I want to inspect this NVT indicator here. So once again, if you are subscribed here, you would know yesterday I was covering the NVT. Now, this is a historic metric here that is based off of the Bitcoin blockchain volume, right? So this is on-chain transaction volume into a moving average. That is the easiest way to explain it. I encourage you to look into the NVT on your own time. Now, every time since 2012 that this thing has gone red, which is over a 150 here on this metric, it has signaled tops. I mean, before we've had epic dumps. I would go all the way back, but I don't want to waste the time here. So if we focus here, I've noticed that if we draw these lines, these trend lines here, almost every time on the NVT, it's after it flips red and then breaks the trend line is when things really start to have popped off historically, right? If we see on this one here, this upward trend line, right? We had touch point number 1, touch point number 2, touch point number 3, touch point number 4, and then it never got back above the trend line, and then we see a dump off, right? Same thing here, many touch points, never gets above the trend line, dump off. And if we go back in time, we could see here's another one, many touch points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gets underneath, never recovers, and dumps. You can see all throughout history, it's very much of the same here. So for me right now, with this NVT indicator, I am going to continue to monitor it and monitor its upward sloping support line, as this has been a metric that has been historically accurate time and time again. So for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not all too worried about the NVT flipping red at this very moment, as there's generally a lag time. It's kind of a delayed indicator, and the red is only confirmation number 1 for me. Confirmation number 2 will be it breaking the upward sloping support line, and confirmation number 3 is generally going to be a retest of the trend line failure, and that's probably when I am going to load up on some shorts if I do in fact believe that is the most profitable and prosperous play for me. And I will be keeping my VIPs updated with that as well as I take my plays, plot my strategies, and prepare myself to crush this market. I see there's a lot of fireworks here right now, ladies and gentlemen. Lots going on here, lots going on. Let's also talk about the Google Trends. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. So you guys know I have been looking at the Bitcoin trend volume here, the Google Trends volume. Now I'm on worldwide over the past 7 days, right? And we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, that there has been a significant uptick in the Google Trend volume for Bitcoin since this pump. We could see it's tapered off quite a bit, but still, as of right now, the partial data has today at a 66. And we can see at our lowest point during the week, we were below 20. We were at a 17 at our lowest point of the week. So 66 relative to 17 is quite a bit high. And that is still looking healthy to me. Also, if we go out to the monthly trend data here, we finally got our data for March. Now, it kind of, it's a little bit odd right now, because the thing is that this metric has been so accurate, pinpoint accurate for so long, where when you're seeing an uptrend in the Google Trend data, the chart has tended to follow that the following month. And right now we did have March close at a 9 after 2 months of 10, right? So we had our past few months here, 14, 13, 10, 10, 9. So for me, I mean, this is still trending downward after 2 months of consolidation at 10. So it's very unique here, because now you can see we're already having a very strong start to April here. I'm not going to take a play on this right now. If you guys are subscribed here, you would remember my video from about a week ago was called the Ancient Trend Data that has been nearly 100% accurate. And it was showing all the times in history this has proven where the trend is going to go. If you haven't watched that, it is the featured video on my channel. So just click onto my channel after this and watch it. But right now, I'm not going to take a play on the Google Trend data here, as we obviously have seen an anomaly in the chart here with a $1,000 uptick immediately. We have seen the Google Trend data start to really break out in terms of where it's been over the past several months, etc. So I am not going to take a play on this right now, but if something changes, you best believe that I will be, and that will, I'm going to be watching the smaller time frames here, 7 days, intraday, 4 hour, etc. And of course, I will be keeping my VIPs up to date with that as well. I hope that you guys see how I formulate what's going on here. I look at the classic technical analysis. I'm also looking at things like the trend data, right? The NVT as well. I like to get a full, hearty picture painted for myself with a confluence of indicators, not just one confirmation, not just 2, 3, etc. I like to really have as much data crunched for me as possible to get the most high reward, low risk trade setup I can possibly find. And that is how I continuously crush this market, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of traders that are beginners, they focus, I get this question a lot. What's your win rate, Kirby? What's your win rate? when you just to get this, okay? So the thing is that traders, they swing up and down, right? There's losing months, there's winning months, there's a lot of win streaks, then there's losing streaks. There's a lot of time where you win some, you lose some, win some, lose some, right? It's an ever-changing game. Some of the best traders in the world, and I'm not even speaking for myself, I'm speaking in general. Some of the best traders in the world only win about 50% of their trades. So imagine you asked the best trader in the world what his win rate was. Most profitable trader in the entire world. What's your win rate, sir? And he said 50%. You would look at him like he's crazy, right? 50%? How is he the best trader in the world then, Kirby? How is he the best trader in the world? He only wins 50%, Kirby, 50. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about win rate. It's about your risk to reward ratio, okay? And you can do that. Say that you're going short here, right? We'll use our short tool, right? The way that you can calculate this, just so we're on the same page, right? We'll go out to the daily here. Say you were shorting from the top here, right? And your target was the point, let's say just for argument's sake, it was the 0.618 Fibonacci all the way down here, right? So you would have a potential 20% to the downside, right? And wherever you placed your stop loss, say you placed your stop loss above this consolidation zone here, right? That would be confirmation to you that we were going to move higher, right? That right there would have you at a risk to reward ratio of 3-to-1, right? And if you actually did it just above the box that you wanted to, if it broke through this box, you were just going to exit, then you would actually have had a risk to reward ratio of 5.5-to-1, right? So the thing is that you're risking 1 to win 5.5. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that if the best trader in the world hit his targets most of the time, right? And he's getting 5.5 every time he wins, or really the best one is 4. That's a great ratio, is 4. So say every trade he wins is 4-to-1 or better, and every trade he loses is only 1. He can lose multiple trades in a row, and then he hits his 1 and it puts him in the profit. Bad traders, beginner traders, degenerates that don't take the time to learn, don't understand how to read charts, don't understand bankroll management or risk to reward ratios. They think it's about win rate. They think that the best traders in the world win 95% of their trades. That is not true, ladies and gentlemen. Traders that have a 50% ratio, 50% win rate with a proper risk reward ratio, very high, can outperform micro bot traders that are winning at a 95% clip. It's just not true. I mean, it's not true. I'm only stating this because I've seen many people this week getting destroyed in here the whole way, and I don't want you to be discouraged if you are a beginner trader. I preach this all the time, ladies and gentlemen, that it is about risk reward and bankroll management. If you're going all in all the time, you're going to get crushed because one bad trade can cripple you. You must respect your bankroll management. You must also respect risk-reward ratios. And you must also respect the technical analysis, in my opinion. I've been crushing this market on end, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting like a cobra in the grass, ready to strike upon a high-risk, that's terrible, a high-reward, low-risk trade setup inside this range. And right now, I believe that we are about to get presented with some serious high reward, low risk trade setups. That is what I'm ready for. That is what I'm preparing for. And that is what I'm going to be posting for my VIPs when I do, in fact, make my plays when I see this opportunity arise. I will be posting all of my personal entries, strategies, plans, setups, take profits, etc. for you in real time, ladies and gentlemen. There is no reason to be getting crushed in this market. There's no reason to be going direct city with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. It's time to crush this market, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. You just need to keep a level head. I know right now that this action has people running around like a bunch of baboons set free from the zoo, ladies and gentlemen. That does not need to be you. You do not need to be the baboon set loose from the zoo, running around, going nuts, all right? You need to be the level-headed, ready to profit trader that's ready to crush this market and get this crypto. That is what I'm doing, and that is how I'm planning to succeed. I will keep you up to date right now in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs. I'm ready to get this crypto. Are you? Let's get it. I will see you in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. If you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in VIP right now. Are you going to be the one to crush this market? Or are you sadly going to be the one to get crushed? The choice is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I will see you in VIP right now. And be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.